Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're seeing this beautiful face for the first time, you're welcome. Please do well to subscribe, share and like. If you're new on the channel, we do great content here. We blog about our lifestyle and motherhood in general. So please do make sure to subscribe and you will have a great time here. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I do not take your support for granted. Thank you. So in today's video, we'll be talking about the cost of giving birth in a private hospital in Lagos, Nigeria. So if you're not Nigerian, there are two types of hospitals in Nigeria. You would either go to a government hospital, which is some form of public hospital, which is highly discounted, where you would have access to maybe not free healthcare, but affordable healthcare. However, in these hospitals, they're usually crowded, the service is not necessarily the fastest, and I don't want to be controversial, but sometimes you may not get the best that you could get in a better working system. There are a lot of things that are lacking in terms of infrastructure, even in terms of the drugs, and even access to a doctor. So on the other hand, there are private hospitals which are known to be a lot more pricey, but you basically get what you pay for. So in light with this, we'll be looking at how much does it really cost to give birth in a private hospital in Lagos, Nigeria, as of the year 2020, 21, 22, kind of. So what I did is, when I was pregnant, I had not decided which hospital I was going to go with. So I visited a couple of hospitals. I was checking out for the pricing, for the infrastructure and all of that, and that helped me to make up my decision. So when I was just checking online, the information of the cost of giving birth in these hospitals was not readily available online, and it was really mind-boggling. I had to call different hospitals. I had to go in and check the resources because there's some information they won't give you on the phone. So I just decided to make this easier for other moms out there that are seeking to give birth in Nigeria and are looking at the options of private hospitals. Is it something you can afford? Is it actually what they tell us it is, that it's extremely expensive and all of that? So I know I said private hospitals in Lagos, Nigeria. However, the focus was on the island part of Lagos. I wasn't able to visit any hospitals in the mainland because it wasn't within my options. I live on the island, and that's where I would have access the nearest hospitals, if it makes any sense. So I don't have an idea of these hospitals on the mainland, but what I would say is that the prices are quite similar. Whether the private hospital is located on the mainland or on the island, the price bracket is still the same. So yeah, you can still use the information provided in this video to guide you on how much that kind of healthcare would cost on the mainland. So if I look down, I'll be looking at my notes because I wrote down all this information in one of my notepads. So just in case you see me looking down, that's where I'm looking at. The first hospital I visited was George's Memorial Hospital. So this hospital is located in Lekki, I think on Admiralty Way. I will attach a picture or a couple of pictures of what the hospital looks like. And when I visited the hospital, there were some key things I wanted to check. I wanted to look at how does the hospital look like in terms of neatness and cleanliness. I was looking at the infrastructure, how many rooms do they have, if someone was to come in as an emergency patient, how would they attend to me and all of that. So I checked more hospitals than what I will mention in this video, but the ones I'll be mentioning are the ones that after visiting them, I was quite satisfied with the infrastructure and the services around it. So what would have now made a difference for me was pricing. So in George's Memorial Hospital, I asked for the pricing for the antenatal, and antenatal was 250,000 naira. So the antenatal care is what would cover you from the start of your pregnancy till delivery. And during that period, your doctor would require you to run a certain number of tests and exams just to check you and all of that, scans and different other things. They will also prescribe some drugs for you. Most private hospitals, they have antenatal clinics. I know public hospitals have them as well, but they have antenatal clinics where they will actually teach you what to expect, just preparing you for the process of giving birth and for the process of taking care of your baby. So that's what the antenatal package comprises of. And yes, it was 250,000 naira. The next thing was to know how much is the actual delivery, because obviously antenatal does not include delivery. So for a vaginal delivery, it ranges between 650,000 naira. The price is at 650,000 naira. So to give birth in George's Memorial Hospital, if you had to give birth by vaginal delivery, it was 650,000 naira. They weren't giving us information on how much an epidural would cost. So if you were to need an epidural, it would be an additional cost on top of that. Also, you would, to register in their hospital, you would pay 10,000 naira for registration, and you would have to consult with a doctor. So for consultation, they have two types. So their general consultant is 45,000 naira, while the head consultant, which is the head doctor of the hospital, is 60,000 naira for consultation. So what this means is, I'm going to George Memorial Hospital and I want to register. You pay 10,000 naira for registration, and consultation you pay either 45,000 or 60,000. It is after you've paid this consultation fee and they've assessed you and everything that you'll be able to enroll for antenatal. So the 250,000 naira for antenatal will then be paid on top of it. So if you, let's say you had paid for the general consultant 45,000 plus 10,000, that's 55,000. If you add 250 to that, that's 305,000 naira. Now if you're to give birth there by vaginal delivery, which is 650,000, if you add it to that 305,000 naira, the total is about 955,000 naira for your registration, consultation, antenatal, and vaginal delivery. But if you're to give birth by cesarean section, which is 1.5 million naira, you add that 1.5 plus 305,000, so that would be 1,805,000 naira to do the full package in George's Memorial Hospital with a C-section. The next hospital I checked was Vedic Life Care. Vedic Life Care is also located in Lekki. It's not on Admiralty, but it's somewhere within Lekki Phase 1. I don't know the exact name I will use to describe it, but it's easy to find. If you know Petrocam filling station, which is just after the first roundabout, you would know the area. It's around that area. So yeah, Vedic Life Care. Here, registration is 3,000 naira. Then after registration, you will get to see a doctor. They didn't specify how much was consultation, if it was separate from this, but the antenatal fee is 200,000 naira. Here again, the antenatal fee will cover all your needs during the pregnancy. Then their vaginal delivery is 550,000 naira. If you are to take an epidural, the charge for epidural is 350,000 naira. So a vaginal delivery plus epidural will total to 900,000 naira. Now for your CS, the CS is 850,000 naira. So to give birth in Vedic Life Care, you would register for 3,000 naira, and then pay your antenatal. Like I said, I'm not sure if there's an other fee for consultation. They didn't tell me on that date. So you pay 203,000, which is antenatal plus registration. If you add that to 550 without epidural, that would be 753,000 naira for registration, antenatal, and vaginal delivery without epidural. But with epidural, that would be 200,000, 203,000 plus 900,000. That would be 1,103,000 naira to give birth on vaginal delivery with epidural plus antenatal and all of that. Now, if you were to give birth by C-section, it would be 850,000 plus 203,000, which is 1,053,000 naira. The next hospital I checked was Olive Multispecialist Hospitals. Here again, located in Lekki. In this hospital, there was no separate charge for registration. I don't know if that has changed as of right now, but as of 2021, there was no separate price for registration. So the antenatal package is 200,000 naira. and again it includes everything you need for your pregnancy period. Then for their vaginal delivery, they charge 450,000 naira. They didn't give me the price with epidural. So if you were to give birth there plus antenatal, for vaginal delivery, everything will come up to 650,000 naira, antenatal plus vaginal delivery. Now their C-section is 1.2 million naira. So if you do the C-section plus antenatal, that will be 1.4 million naira to give birth in Olive Multispecialist Hospital. The next hospital I checked was Weddington Hospital, Lekki. It's located on Admiralty Way. And in this hospital, the registration fee is 2,500 naira and consultation is 11,000 naira. Their antenatal is 180,000 naira, which here again includes whatever you need for the period of your pregnancy. For a vaginal delivery without epidural is 330,000 naira, whereas with epidural is 440,000 naira. So if you were to give birth in Weddington and have your antenatal and everything there, that will be for a vaginal delivery without epidural, everything will come up to 530,000 naira. And if it is with epidural, it will come up to 640,000 naira. Right now, it is still actually one of the cheapest in terms of vaginal delivery and all of that. Now, for their C-section, if the C-section is elective, meaning that from the beginning of the pregnancy you have decided you're going to have a CS delivery, it is 682,000 naira. But if it's an emergency CS, meaning you had planned to have a vaginal delivery, you've come into the hospital, they didn't schedule you for that, and they have to, in emergency, take you to theater, it costs you 770,000 naira. So if you add that, for the C-section and elective plus antenatal, that will be 882,000 naira. But if it is an emergency C-section, that will be 970,000 naira. Now, the last but not the least is Evercare Hospital, which is located in Lekki Phase 1 on Admiralty Way. So registration in Evercare is free. So if you want to register in the hospital, you pay nothing. This is the only hospital so far where registration is free. However, consultation is 25,000 naira. There is no bracket of fees of consultation with a certain practitioner or another. It's the same thing across board. So when you want to register in Evercare, you register for free. Then if you want to enroll on the antenatal package, they will have to assess you first. So that assessment is a consultation with your doctor, which will cost you 25,000 naira. Their antenatal is 250,000 naira. Then their vaginal delivery, it is a deposit. So they ask you to deposit 500,000 naira. They ask you to deposit that because it doesn't include epidural, and if there are extra things, maybe there are certain pain medications or other things that you need during the process of delivery, it will be added on top of it. So that's why they ask for a deposit of 500,000 naira for vaginal delivery. Then for a C-section, the C-section is priced at 1 million naira. However, if there are other costs incurred, let's say you stay for long in the hospital or your baby needs intensive care, so they're sent to the neonatal unit, NICU, you would have to pay an extra fee on top of that. So for the process of giving birth in Evercare, for the vaginal delivery, let's say you don't need anything on top of the 500,000, everything would amount to 775,000 naira for vaginal delivery. And if it is for a C-section and you don't need anything on top of that, it would amount to 1,275,000 naira. All in all, we've looked at about 5 different hospitals within the island, and the price range seems to be between 700 to 1 million upward. 700 upward for vaginal delivery and 1 million upward for C-section. So what that means is if you're looking to give birth in Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria, in a private hospital, your budget should be within that range. It sounds outrageous, I agree. It's not the cheapest thing, but the truth is that you will get the best care. You hear so many stories about some government hospital where either someone has lost their life or something due to instances that could have been avoided. There was maybe a lack of bed space, a lack of a certain medication, NEPA took light and the person was on ventilator and it went off or something. Just so many negligences that shouldn't happen in a normal society. So most people that pay for private hospitals, it's not because they are so rich, it's just because they're trying to reduce their chances of mortality and chances of something going wrong. Sometimes it's not mortality. Sometimes a lady has a C-section and you realize they forgot a pair of scissors in her tummy, they forgot something, some funny stories that you wouldn't want to experience. So yeah, is it expensive to give birth in a private hospital? Yes. Is it worth it? Personally, I say yes, because your life comes at no cost. What will it benefit you to risk your life and maybe pass on? I'm not saying if you give birth in a government hospital you pass on. No, I'm just saying that if you can afford to get the best that healthcare can provide, why? Thank you so much guys for watching this video. I hope it was informative. If you have any further questions, please let me know in the comment section below and I'll be happy to answer them. If you have more information for us, because I'm sure I couldn't visit all the private hospitals in Lagos, if you have further information for us, let us know in the comment section below. Let's make it interactive and yeah, educate each other. Thank you so much for watching guys. I remain your girl Sarah here and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.